Making animated content has always been one of my biggest dreams. So the largest content creator on the platform, or maybe the whole internet, just released the first 2 episodes of an actual cartoon series that he was creating. As someone who talks about cartoons quite a bit, I was definitely curious to see what it would all be about, and of course, how it would turn out. For some context, and no, I'm not here to explain who MrBeast is to you, this cartoon series is specifically based on something that MrBeast had already created, with that being MrBeast Lab, a series of toys marketed to his younger demographic of viewers, and beyond that, just a younger generation in general, because the MrBeast brand is bigger than just his core audience. For example, last month I was at this store called Smith's with my girlfriend. We were picking up some Pokemon and Magic the Gathering cards, but we overheard this conversation between a father and his kid right next to us, as they're standing in front of this giant display of all of MrBeast Lab products. And this kid, who couldn't be more than like 4 years old, is holding on to one of the MrBeast Lab products for like dear life. And the dad's all like, "You can pick out any toy you want. This is the one that you sure you want? Do you even know who MrBeast even is?" The kid was just shaking his head no and just saying MrBeast Labs over and over again to everything that the dad was offering him to go look at around the store. "How about we take a look at Pokemon too?
MrBeast Lab.
How about some Hot Wheels?
MrBeast Lab.
How about some
MrBeast Lab?"
Like, the kid just knows the name MrBeast because it's on the packaging. Because I know he's not turning on YouTube and watching Would You Risk Your Life for $500,000. He cares about the toy he saw a commercial for, not reality show or competition show videos on YouTube. MrBeast is bigger than just a person making YouTube videos. We've seen restaurants, candy, toys, and a whole lot more all come from the brand. So now when it comes to MrBeast announcing he was making a cartoon series, it was both a surprise and not a surprise. Like, it wasn't expected, but it kind of makes sense. If he already has this well enough developed sector where he's making a line of toys that are all about collectability, going after the gotta catch 'em all type of vibe that Pokemon cultivated, it's a no-brainer that a person like MrBeast and the overall company that is MrBeast would make their own cartoon series, especially when looking at the example of what I saw in real life from a kid who definitely doesn't know all of the other stuff that MrBeast does, but does know the toy line. Thinking more business-wise, posting it directly to YouTube has it so they're not dealing with any networks or their restrictions or any lower earnings outside of YouTube's standard percentage that they would get from the ad revenue. Now, that's not to say that some company or network won't come around if the viewership numbers are there for this series and want to make an offer to bring it to cable or streaming, but I'll talk about that again in a little bit. And with all of that being said, today, MrBeast released the first 2 episodes of this 10-episode season over on his Beast Animations channel. And regardless of me not knowing anything of the toys, I want to give this series a shot in order to see if, 1, can you get into and enjoy the series if you aren't familiar with the toys or lore that have all come before it, and 2, is it actually a good show? And what I mean by that is, on its own, separate from all that and even separate from being related to MrBeast, is the story interesting? Is the animation well done? And does it feel like it was created with passion behind it? Or does it feel like a blatant cash grab to only boost the sales of more toys? Let's go ahead and find out.
Is this one rare? No.
Is this one rare?
No. I'm gonna keep this one. You can't, there's only 1,000.
So it turns out the lengths of these episodes are only around 3 minutes each, and from that I can totally see what the big picture here is. If each episode is around the same length and you have 10 of them in a season, you'll have about a 30-minute cartoon by the end of it. Also, all of it can be easily formatted for short-form content like YouTube Shorts or TikToks. The story is all about Jimmy, you know, MrBeast himself, and his 100-level lab of created experiments that he has made. Why is he doing this? I don't know, it's part of the toy stuff. As they were created as the ultimate defense in fighting the shadow creatures that are attacking their world. But when the shadow creatures, aka the Shroud, end up capturing Jimmy and wreaking havoc throughout the lab's levels, it's up to Panthar to go after him to save him, as well as saving the lab and possibly more, like the whole world, who knows. With Panthar finding and gaining more allies along the way, thanks to all the other creature-created experiments that could be on any one of the 100 levels. There isn't much more than that to really start, nor do I think you'd be in for any massive world building to really sink your teeth into, but for what it's worth, the animation quality is pretty decent, allowing for some pretty cool and dynamic action and fight scenes with the occasional stiffness in some shots, or lack of full animation in others that you could either take as stylistic choices, or something that feels not too polished. I honestly didn't mind the 2 episodes I saw, maybe a bit too fast-paced for time constraint reasons, and for it to kind of be like the faster pace the main MrBeast channel videos can be at points, but it didn't push me away, it just made 3 minutes feel more like 1 or 2. I also appreciate the fact that the series has, and mostly uses, actual voice actors. Like sure, Jimmy does voice himself, but so far, he's only in that opening trailer and the start of the whole story. So I can't really call what he gave in this an actual performance, as it was just not enough. And I am sure others that we see from the crew, like the animated versions of Carl and Nolan from the MrBeast videos, will probably be voiced by themselves too, if they appear again and have speaking roles. But all of this, at least so far, is pushed away for voice actors like Fred Tatasciore, Julie Nathanson, Corey Yee, Vanessa Marshall, Todd Haberkorn, and Jonathan Ha to really help sell the performances here so that you don't necessarily feel like you're watching one big ad for something. For the most part, it doesn't feel like that until there are moments that are too blatantly obvious to see what's going on, like selling the audience on these more powerful temporary evolutions of the characters, or having one of the bad guys getting powered up and more menacing as well, and then directly calling them a Mega Shroud. One definitely sounds like Pokemon with the whole Mega Evolution stuff, which is also, no pun intended, mega relevant again thanks to Pokemon releasing Pokemon Legends Z to A, introducing new Mega Pokemon, releasing a card set to reintroduce Mega Pokemon into the card game, and so much more. So it's just kind of interesting to see that feel so similar and possibly called the same thing, at least when it came to that bad guy. And two, it really feels like there could be some Beast Lab playsets out there that can do stuff that we see, like creating and releasing these creations and experiments, and then maybe there's possibly a new line of them that are more powerful or variants of them. And I'm not well versed in the whole Beast Lab toys universe, so excuse my ignorance on knowing and mostly not knowing what they are. The only Beast Lab toy that I care about is this. What is it? Why is he doing the MrBeast hands thing? Why is he translucent? These are all questions I never expect to be answered. Outside of those moments, what we are left with is a fast-paced action comedy that does a decent job trying to deliver some visually pleasing battles and fights, while trying to add in some comedy and quips between the main characters, specifically between Panthar and Banana. And thanks to getting the new character introduction of Silverbite in the second episode, I can sense a pattern of each episode or so, bringing in more characters that Panthar and Banana can go back and forth with. Thanks to the voice talents behind all of the characters so far, I do at least believe in their performances. Their personalities feel separate from one another, shining as a good highlight for sticking around and watching the series with how they all operate when dealing with each other and the situations that they're in. But yeah, it still feels like the series just wants to sell you on the toys, or the variants of the toys, or other aspects of the physical toy product that's out there. Yeah, Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh! They all sold me on stuff too, but there seems to be a natural way of doing it that has worked so well for those properties that it's hard to replicate without feeling inauthentic. That's not me saying that this 100% feels this way, but we'll see by the end of the series what that feeling truly is. From what I can read online, like this article from Animation Magazine, is that this really is a project coming from Moose Toys Super Studios, the company behind the MrBeast Lab line of toys, as they are expanding their partnership together to create new forms of storytelling with a brand like this. Going and doing so on a shorter runtime to really blend into today's world of short-form content is both a smart strategy that will probably pay off in viewership and with how it's shared, but also having a full 30 minutes of animation after the full season is out isn't too bad to have, especially in case some network or streamer wants to get in talks about bringing it to their platforms, and that would be a pretty solid proof of concept to work from. Who knows what the future truly holds for the series? I will keep checking them out, and most likely will do a follow-up video by the end of the year talking all about it once all of season 1 is out. I didn't dislike it, but I definitely don't feel sold that there will be enough substance for me personally, thanks to it being in short 3-minute bursts. And sure, the action is fun, but I still feel like it's selling you on something more than it is trying to be its own thing. But all that I have seen really is just 6 minutes of footage, you know? Hopefully there is more in store for the future. As Jimmy did say, this is just the start, so I guess we'll find out what this truly means at some point, but for now, those are just my opinions on the first 2 episodes. Please let me know yours. You saw the review? You want to pay me for it? Look behind me. This is my payment? Okay, thanks Jimmy Beast. Appreciate it. Man, I thought he was gonna give me money. Oh, hold on. Huh. Check the packaging. Oh shoot, hold on, there is money in here. Hold on. Are you serious? Anyway, maybe one day I'll be in a Jim Beast video and make more money than I'll know what to do with, but until then, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like on this video and to subscribe for more videos like this coming soon. But for now, later. Hi, Jordan Fringe here real quick. Just want to make sure for legal purposes, I bought this myself. Jimmy didn't give me anything. I just want to make that very clear. It was all a joke. Okay, goodbye. Ah.